Will everyone please be seated? Good morning once again. My name is Brad O'Hara, and I'm the Vice President Academic and Provost at Langara College. And it is my distinct pleasure to be your Master of Ceremonies this morning and to welcome all of you, graduands, family members, faculty, and special guests to this Langara College graduation celebration. At this time, I would like to invite anybody who might be standing at the back to move to any seats that remain empty. And before we get into the ceremony itself, please let me take care of a few announcements. First of all, I'd like to inform you that this ceremony is being videotaped this morning to allow guests in the overflow room to view the ceremony and to also allow us to have live streaming of this event on our website. Some portions of the video may also be used on the college's website to promote participation in future graduation programs. And finally, as you're probably all very well aware, I would like to remind you to turn off your cell phones, Blackberries, or other gadgets that may make some noise and disrupt today's convocation. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce the members of our platform party. Please stand as I call your name, and I would ask that the audience hold their applause until I have introduced the entire party. Mr. Roy Dakin, President and Chief Executive Officer of Langara College. Mrs. Ann Lippert, Chair, Board of Governors. Ms. Lynn Carter, President of the Langara Faculty Association. Ms. Gail Sparrow, Elder and former Chief of the Musqueam Nation. Dr. Joyce Connolly, President and Director, Stepping Stone Foundation, and today's keynote speaker. Dr. Mark Smith, Board of Governor and Chair of the Interdisciplinary Studies Department. Ms. Teresa Liu, Board Governor. Mr. Dean Satahuis, Board Governor. Dr. Ian Humphreys, Vice President, Enrollment and Business Development. Mr. Barry Colson, Associate Vice President, Administration and Finance. Ms. Dawn Palmer, Associate Vice President, Human Resources. Ms. Ruth Bancroft, Head Teacher of the Langara Child Development Center. Ms. Sue Street, Executive Director, College Advancement. Ms. Charlotte French, Registrar and Director of Enrollment Services. Dr. Julie Longo, Dean, Faculty of Arts. Ms. Margaret Heldman, Dean, Faculty of Science. Mr. Ian McBain, Dean, Faculty of Social Sciences and Management. Ms. Kathy Stossel, Chair of the Early Child Education Department. Ms. Janet Reddy, Chair of Recreation Management Department. Ms. Shelley Wright, Coordinator of Aboriginal Studies. Mr. A.J. Patel, Dean, International Education and Chair, Langara Alumni Association. Mr. Clayton Monroe, Dean, Student Services. Ms. Gayleen Wren, Division Chair of Community Programs. And Mr. Darrell Keene, Division Chair of Social Sciences and Business. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your platform party. We are also delighted and quite honored to have in attendance some special guests who have joined us for this morning's ceremony. Please stand as I call your name. First of all, we have Jean Lofthouse, who is Manager, Community Relations and Service Quality from the British Columbia Ministry of Social Development. Welcome. Tim Goodsell, who is Area Director of the Vancouver Area Community Corrections. Welcome. Jerry Brown, former President, Association of Canadian Community Colleges. And joining Jerry is a large group of presidents, vice presidents, and deans who are part of ACCC's Vocational Education Leadership Training. We have a whole delegation of folks who are here from China. We'd like you to stand, and we welcome you to Langara. I would now like to invite Elder and former Chief of the Musqueam Nation, Gail Sparrow, to bring traditional territorial greetings.
Echuayal, And I will say CMs because you're important as you're graduating today from Langara College. I want to welcome you to the traditional territory of the Musqueam First Nations people. Our history is written in the earth, the very earth that is under this building. We occupied this territory for over 3,000 years. At one time, this area was occupied by my grandfather and his family, who actually at one time took logs and carved the road, 49th Avenue, and helped design the streets of Vancouver. So we have our history written in this earth. We want you to know that we know education is very important. Education is the key to your success in your future. I once walked the walls of the hallways of Langara College at one time, but I had an opportunity to go down to Los Angeles, California, and work with the Los Angeles Parks and Recreation for 20 years. And this is now my first time coming back here since I left a long, long time ago. We want you to know that my grandfather taught me that education was very important. We have the name Sparrow, and it's like a small little bird. And I want to leave you with a message that my grandfather left with me before he passed, when I was the tenure of my time as chief. You know, in life we have our accomplishments, like today you're graduating, and in 20 years from now, where will you be? What my grandfather asked me at one time. He said, Gail, don't be like a sparrow fluttering around. He said, go with the wings of the eagle, which has 2 wings to fly with. How high will you go? How far will you go? I know 20 years ago, I can still go farther. I can still go higher. Not with the wings of the sparrow, but the wings of the eagle. Now it's your time and your journey to go forward and do what you have to do in your life to make it better and bigger as a result of your time you put in to be educated. The Musqueam First Nations wish you in your journey in your life great success. We ask the Creator to bless you, that this will not be the end but the beginning of many more years in your life. We leave you our blessings at this time. Amen.
Thank you so much for those important and inspiring greetings. And on behalf of the college, I have a small gift to show our appreciation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, I'll call upon Roy Dakin, President and CEO of Langara College, to give his address.
Good morning. Good morning. Board members, distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Langara's 47th convocation. This is an important day where we recognize the success of our students, their hard work, and their outstanding achievement. From the quality of the graduates we have in front of us, it is easy to believe in education and the power it has to transform. For the Langara graduating class of 2013, you are leaving us at a time of great opportunity. You only have to look at the results from Canada's most recent census to understand how large this opportunity is. In the simplest of terms, there are now more people retiring than people entering the workforce. This is coupled with the new jobs created by economic expansion. You will have substantial opportunities available to you. Now, this may be tempered by longer careers and later retirements, but make no mistake, there will be more opportunities than available skilled people to fill them. This will evolve over time. So, as you form your networks and build your communities, how do you take full advantage of what this has to offer? You are off to a good start. To help realize your full potential, you have many advantages. You have been exposed to more knowledge and understanding than any graduating class before you. As resource economies build and shift, as the world becomes more connected, you live at a time when your ability to access and interpret information, turning it into knowledge will be the currency of the day. Our challenge we do face is that the future is not yet known. So understand that the skills you will require to take full advantage of what the future has to offer are still in part unknown. You need to plan, you need to be ready for the unknown. So stay aware, maximize your ability to adapt, because rest assured, the world around you will not wait. Take advantage of this ability, and this will aid you in experiencing more than any generation before, and you will be leaders of opportunities we do not yet understand. This also means that for many of you, this will not be your last graduation. Change will likely require you to engage with more formal learning at different points in your life. More importantly, you need to stay engaged in learning your entire life. Learning is the lifeblood of a civil society. Embrace it, enjoy it, plan for it, so that you can take full advantage of what you are learning has to offer. I will also challenge you. I would suggest that education isn't just about careers and knowledge. It also means a better understanding in a broader world context. It is important today to obtain ideas, perspective, and texture of the world stage. It is necessary to create, innovate, and contribute to the communities we live and serve in. Act on this. Become the leader in your community. Access ideas, discussions from around the world, and claim your participation as a global citizen. I would also like to thank all of the parents, families, and friends who have supported and sacrificed to help today's graduates to this beginning. You all need to know that your involvement is very important and closely related to the success of these learners. I think I can speak on behalf of the graduates in thanking you for all you have done and will continue to do as they take their next steps. Oops. To the graduates, you will soon be Langara alumni. I invite you to be active alumni, to help support future learners and build your network in the broader Langara community. John Maxwell may have said it best: successful and unsuccessful people do not vary greatly in their abilities. They vary in their desires to reach their potential. I look forward to hearing about all you achieve. Congratulations again. Live the life you imagine, enjoy this day, and look forward to all that is to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Roy. At this time, I'll ask Ann Lippert, Chair of the Langara College Board of Governors, to bring greetings on behalf of the board. Ann?
Good morning, Mr. President, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, family and friends, but most of all, dear graduates. I'm pleased to bring you greetings and congratulations from Langara's Board of Governors. We wish you much success in your next endeavors, be that in the workplace or in continuing your studies, or both. Today, you're far more knowledgeable and wiser than when you first came to Langara. You have listened and you have learned. Members of the Board of Governors have also listened and learned. Governors ensured that Langara is and remains the leading undergraduate college in British Columbia. We ensure that our students choose Langara because we're well known and recognized for providing exceptional learning opportunities that lead to future education and career advancement, and also meets the needs of our communities. People, facilities, and additional resources are all fundamental to better serving our students. We are proud of what you, the graduates, have achieved so far, and we wish you much success in the future. Please stay in touch with Langara. We're looking forward to seeing you at alumni events. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. At this time, I'll ask Lynn Carter, President of the Langara Faculty Association, to bring greetings from the faculty. Lynn?
Thank you, Brad. First, I want to acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the Musqueam people and to thank former Chief Gail Sparrow for this. Board Chair, board members, Mr. President, honored guest, colleagues, and graduates. On behalf of the faculty, it's my pleasure to extend to you all our very best wishes on this special day. We understand and we appreciate the effort and, for many of you, the sacrifices that you've made in order to achieve what you have today. Many of you have had to give up precious time with your families. Many of you had to take on significant debt in order to complete your studies. We appreciate this and we commend your dedication and commitment. As faculty members, we have the privilege of being a part of your educational journey here. We have enjoyed watching your development and contributing to that process. We have enjoyed both teaching you and in learning from you. Our work with students is always a reciprocal process, and we thank you for that. Watching you learn, seeing you master new ideas and skills is enormously rewarding for faculty. Your success today is the culmination of all of your hard work. We're delighted to be here today to share that with you. Some of you will be going on to jobs and others to further study. Many of you will be doing both. We thank you for having chosen to study with us here at Langara, and we wish you all the best in the future. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Lynn. Now I give you President Dakin again, who will present some special awards to graduating students. Roy?
Thank you, Brad. I am very pleased to announce this year's Graduating Student Award recipients. The Langara College Graduate Excellence, thank you, Brad, Award for bachelor's degree is awarded each year to the bachelor's program graduate with the highest cumulative grade point average. This year's recipient is Jamie Brown. Jamie is graduating with a Bachelor of Recreation Management and achieved a cumulative grade point average of 4.06. This is Jamie's second credential from Langara, having completed her Diploma in Recreation in 2004. Jamie is very proud to represent the Bachelor of Recreation Management, and she is the program's first Excellence Award recipient. Jamie is currently working for the North Vancouver Recreation Commission and plans to spend her career bringing recreation opportunities to the community. Unfortunately, Jamie could not be with us today. The Langara College Graduate Excellence Award certificate is being presented to Teresa Gray. Teresa is graduating from the Education Assisted Certificate Program. Teresa's achieved a cumulative grade point average of 4.22, the highest, yes, impressive, the highest grade point average in a certificate program. Believing that formal education should not be limited to a particular age or stage in life, Teresa returned to school at the age of 52 years, after many years as a full-time caregiver for her young child and elderly father. Teresa's goal is to be hired by the Vancouver School Board, and she is pleased that she will be starting working on call as a student and school support worker this September. Teresa. Thank you so very much. Congratulations. The celebration of excellence. This is the day for excellence, and it's so exciting. The next one, the Lieutenant Governor's Silver Medal is awarded to a student graduating from a one-year program who has demonstrated not only the highest academic achievement, but who has also contributed positively to the college or community life. The Lieutenant Governor's Silver Medal is being awarded this year to Robin Destin. Over the past year, as well as graduating from the Social Service Worker Certificate Program with a cumulative grade point average of 4.15, Robin has been volunteering with the Canadian Mental Health Association and the Kettle Friendship Society. Robin's previous community service includes volunteering with the Victoria Immigrant and Refugee Centre Society. Robin hopes to continue her work in mental health sector and plans to obtain her master's in social work within the next 5 years. I would now like to present the Langara College Graduate Excellence Award for Career and the Governor General's Collegiate Bronze Medal. The Langara College Graduate Excellence Award is awarded to the student with the highest cumulative grade point average graduating from a 2-year career program. The Governor General's Bronze Medal is awarded to the student graduating from a 2-year or associate degree program with the highest cumulative grade point average. I am pleased to present Robin Jones, with both these awards. Robin is graduating from the Library and Information Technology program with a cumulative grade point average of 4.24. The Governor General's Medal, established in 1873, is one of the most prestigious awards that can be received by a student in a Canadian educational institution for exceptional academic achievement. On behalf of His Excellency, the Right Honourable David Johnston, Governor General of Canada, I am pleased to present this medal to Robin.
Thank you, Roy, and let's congratulate our 4 outstanding students for a job well done. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Joyce Connolly, who will deliver today's convocation address in a few moments. Dr. Connolly grew up in Vancouver and attended the University of Toronto, where she received her MD, her medical doctorate, in 1968. The financial challenges associated with attending medical school as a single mother with 2 young sons were initially daunting. However, the generous support provided by the University of Toronto's loans and bursaries programs helped keep Joyce and her family afloat and were instrumental in the completion of her educational goal. Returning to Vancouver with her sons, she initially engaged in general medical practice. However, 6 years later, she returned to the world of academia when, in 1974, she joined UBC's Faculty of Medicine, where she completed a postdoctorate program with a specialty in child psychiatry. She continued at UBC in clinical practice, where she worked until retirement as a clinical associate professor. It is said that when one door closes, another door opens, and Joyce's retirement provided an open door for her to pursue one of her lifelong dreams, to give back to those who might find themselves in similar circumstances in which she found herself many years ago, that of a single mother with children attending post-secondary education. As such, Joyce formed the Stepping Stone Foundation to financially support aspiring single mothers who are pursuing higher education. We at Langara College are fortunate that annually proceeds from the Stepping Stone Foundation are transferred to the college and dispersed as bursaries to deserving single parents. Over the last 9 years, almost 100 single parent families have received bursaries from the foundation totaling over $200,000. This makes the Stepping Stone Foundation the largest annual donor to Langara College and effectively has created a very unique partnership to ensure that students succeed in achieving their educational dreams. Last year, Langara's past president and CEO, Dr. David Ross, successfully nominated Dr. Connolly for the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal, thus acknowledging her work with students and with the college. How fitting. Please join me in welcoming a wonderful friend of the college and to our students, Dr. Joyce Connolly.
Better put my glasses on. Thank you very much for your kind introduction, Dr. O'Hara. We have found a couple of single-parent fathers. I just wanted to put that in parentheses. They're scarcer, but they are certainly also there. Good morning to Roy Dakin, our new President and CEO, and all the members of the Platform Party, including Ruth, who works with me at the daycare, because she's got lots of the children of the students who Stepping Stone Foundation allows the wherewithal for them to attend Ruth's incredible daycare. Also, Platform Party members, parents, honored guests, and most importantly, you who are graduating today. You have successfully completed your studies, and you can heave a huge sigh of relief. Sit back and enjoy the congratulations coming your way. Students, you alone know in your own hearts, I'm thinking about myself, how hard you have worked during your Langara days to earn these congratulations. Don't ever forget it. Let the memory banks roll and think of all you've learned and become all you've become since your first day at Langara College. You will be honored today for a degree, a diploma, or a certificate in the fields of Aboriginal studies, criminal justice, dietetics, early childhood education, education assistance, library and information technology, nutrition and food service management, recreational management and leadership, social service work, and applied urban and rural planning. When I read this list that Karina Jang gave me, my first thought was, I am impressed. This is a very special group of graduates from a variety of programs, but there is one common thread in this room today. All of you have committed to pursue a humanistic career where you will be working closely with your fellow man. And I would say in this room that altruism prevails. Yeah. My compliments to you for your choice of a giving profession. I am sure that by so doing, you will enjoy an enriched life. Am I talking too loudly? Okay. Thank you. When I look back upon my years in medicine, the thing that I value the very most are the memories I have of the patients themselves. Contemplating and reflecting on their stories, I am reminded yet again how essentially well-intentioned they and we are, and how hard we will work to better ourselves and the lives of those we love. Illness does not discriminate. A physician is very, very lucky because they meet people every day from all walks of life. Illness has no borders, and this is an unparalleled benefit, I believe. And I add that my patients were indeed my best teachers. I mean that. There were times when I left my office feeling that I had been amazingly fortunate to meet and work with those patients. And it seemed almost odd that I'd get paid for the privilege. Yeah, great days. But let's get back to today, June 5th, your graduation ceremony, where in one day, as we've already started to see, you move from your past to your present and to your future, from one side of this platform to the other, from receiving and holding onto your official document and shaking hands of acknowledgement, and most importantly, please truly savor and enjoy this moment. Anthropologists would refer to today as the observance of a significant rite of passage, as important as a birth or a marriage, for example. These transformational events are aided by our memories, aided by our gatherings and our ceremonies, and our memories, which help us acknowledge and grow into our new reality, identity, and self-concept. I know you will enjoy this unique day shared with family and significant others, and you'll remember it for the rest of your life. Now I have a personal confession to make. I missed my 1968 graduation ceremony at the University of Toronto 45 years ago this month. So I am doubly happy to be on your platform today. Thank you all for giving me my first ever full-on convocation ceremony with academic regalia and all traditions, and even our fine bagpiper piping us in. What a ceremony. I am sure you know how privileged you have been to be part of Langara. You were part of Langara in the past, you are part of Langara in the present, and also now, as Roy Dakin mentioned, you are going to be future alumni of this wonderful institution. I even got a Langara alumni pin today. You might get one that looks like that. What happened to me that I missed it was that between our final examinations in Toronto and the first day of my internship year on July the 1st at St. Paul's Hospital here in Vancouver, I had 3 or 4 weeks to pack, drive, and camp across the country with my 2 sons, who at that point were 8 and 9, almost 10. And Boots, our brand new kitten. Grad ceremony felt right in the middle of that piece of time, and I didn't know how long it would take us to get from Toronto to Vancouver, so it just did not make the final cut. And so I bought a car from Generous Friends. It was huge, and I paid $125 for it. It was a vintage green, I'll never forget this car. It was a vintage green Chevrolet from sometime in the 50s, where they had those big fins at the back with all the lights. And it was literally like a floating Chesterfield, swaying along. It was also a victim of Toronto winters, and one of the things I had to do at the last moment before we left was somehow cover over the floorboards in the back seat and try and weld them together so that my kids didn't play with the sidewalk as we were hurtling across the country. Oh dear. There are many memories. Then off we went into the sunset in a true adventure, with a new roof rack bulging with all of the camping and cooking and tent gear and even fishing rods sticking out, because in the 60s there was a hippie culture and we all identified. And so I had ridiculous pipe dreams, actually, of taking these two boys on a wonderful adventure where we would even live off the land. We didn't quite do that successfully, but we made it to Vancouver through thick and thin, as they say, and the rest is history. I mention this today because I'm sure it's a metaphor that many of you could also tell your own unique stories, probably different from mine, but also flavored by the economic realities and employment opportunities of the last few years, and especially since fall 2008, when the recession really started to bite. That was when Stepping Stone Foundation and the college became aware in our meetings that our bursary applications for single parents, the parents were changing a bit. And it was not good news, I felt, because the younger parents that we had been helping were kind of quietly disappearing. And the older applicants were coming in, maybe even more deserving or needy, and applying because they'd lost jobs or needed to do a career transition to better their hopes for useful employment, both for themselves and for their children. So it's therefore pretty easy for me to guess that you too, with singular determination, have weathered through these recent economic times and persisted to today. So I say to you, bravo if you took a part-time job as well as your studies, or even a second job, and for taking up students' loans and living with that burden, which I know weighs, and temporary semester breaks. Bravo for doing it when necessary to refill the bank account and your own personal energies. Bravo to you indeed for continuing in order to create a bright future for yourself and others, and by your example, a better society. Bravo to the teachers and mentors and parents and significant others who all stepped up to the plate to support you. Lastly, I'm going to tell you a couple of small stories I received that were important to me from my teachers as I went through my training in medicine. In 1962, the University of Toronto had a pre-meds program, which meant that after grade 13, you spent 2 years in pre-meds instead of 3, and you were accepted directly into medical school without having to apply further. As a single parent, this was an economic blessing for me, you can imagine. But the more important moment happened very early on in the first year, something I'll never forget. We were in small groups of about 20 per class, and on the first day of philosophy, there was one word printed on the upper right-hand corner of one of the 3 blackboards, and nothing else on the others, and I wrote it down. The next class, there was another word. I recorded that one too. The same in the 3rd class, and this time, the student sitting right next to me put up his hand and told the prof that he had looked up the previous 2 words and that neither of them existed. The professor smiled and announced, Philosophy 101 is now underway. And we all realized slowly over the next several days of processing it, we were expected to think, to be curious, and to question. I have never forgotten that day and the importance of active curiosity and followed by active pursuit. It's not enough just to write the word down, it's what you do with that word later that counts. My days of spoon feeding and rote memory were of the past, and adult independence and individuation beckoned, with its concomitant feelings of both relief and challenge. I don't think challenge is really a feeling, but you know what I mean. Another person in my university years who I never met because he was born in the mid-1800s and died in 1919, but I heard lots about him and read some of his things, and he gave me a one-liner that I will never forget. More than one of my medical school teachers made reference to Sir William Osler, our Canadian father of modern medicine, lived from 1849 to 1919. He was educated, he was born in Ontario, educated at Trinity College, University of Toronto, which is actually the divinity school in those days, I think it still is. Moved to Montreal, graduated from McGill as a physician, and then moved to Johns Hopkins in Baltimore, Maryland, as its first physician-in-chief. Wonderful, famous hospital. And finally, Osler went to Oxford as a chair in medicine. That's really as big as it can get, to be the chair of a whole faculty. He was a revered clinician, humanitarian, teacher, author, and renowned practical joker. It's medical humor, and I'm not going to get into that now, but I will be at the reception. He even had a nom de plume, that's where he did his joking. Egerton Yorick Davis, and he was in medical journals. He may still be in them. Anyhow, the most important thing he did clinically was he took his students out of the classroom and into the hospital wards, and he established a medical residency system, which is still with us today, with doctors in training becoming the full-time live-in hospital staff, working under supervision and learning their skills at the bedside. He said he hoped his tombstone would say only, he brought medical students into the wards for bedside teaching. And that's how we do it now. The one brief sentence from Osler that will always be with me, and the reason I'm bringing him up is, he said, what a guy, listen to your patient. He is telling you the diagnosis. Simple, important words, but there's something in there about really listening and with both respect and curiosity. Thirdly, and lastly, another physician that you know, I think, and I have long admired. You may guess, I'll tell you his name at the end. Here's a bit of relevant poetry for all of you on this your own very special day. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head and feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Does anybody want to guess? Yeah, great. He was a physician. He was more likely to be writing poetry, and I think he illustrated his books too, and never really did pursue an active practice of medicine except in his own unique and creative style. So finally, I say to you, off and away you go. Please remember three things. Maintain your active curiosity, listen to what the world is telling you, and from Dr. Zeus, an elaboration, the journey is the destination. Therefore, stay fully engaged at every step of that climb up the mountain. Alternatively, buy a car for $125 or perhaps something even nicer. So I say to you, good luck. Go out and celebrate. Congratulations, and thank you for today.
Dr. Connolly, thank you very much for that touching and inspiring message, and most of all, thank you for what you do for all of our students, past, present, and future. Thank you. Okay, now we've come to the most important part of today's program, the presentation of our graduates. Faculty who would like to congratulate their graduates can approach the east side of the platform, which is to my right, and audience members who want to move closer to get a better photo perhaps of their son or daughter or friend may also come to the same area to do so. However, we ask that you remain in your seat until the individual that you want to photograph is in line, ready to cross the stage, and please return to your seat afterwards so that there's room for others to do so. This morning, Mr. Ian McBain, Dean of the Faculty of Social Sciences and Management, will present our graduates. Ian.
We're beginning with the Associate of Arts degree in Aboriginal Studies. Richard Patrick Crow. Selina Talib. And now the Diploma in Criminal Justice, Sonia Grandich. Catherine Lynn Anderson. Gwyn Anderson. Jennifer Morgan Bastoni. We're now into Diploma of Early Childhood Education. And Jennifer Morgan Bastoni was also in the Diploma of Early Childhood Education. Tasha Dodi Mary Berdani. Pamela Michelle Cardona. Rena Celine Chan. Rita Wing Kwang Chu. Carly Joanne Connolly. Lauren Marie Fernandez. Sasha Fernando. Rachel Wei-Yin Gan. Heather May Hipman. Devon Alexandra Howie. Megan Abra Samantha Kornfeld. Doris Lee. Marta Stefania Levitsky. Vanessa Yuanchi Lo. Leanne Carol Mortimer. Courtney Amber Neidig. Alessandra Lorena Mason. Ji-Yoon Moon. Hong Di Tuao Nguyen. April Dawn Simons. Julianne Taiso. Rebecca Helen Ruth Wade. Yozulu Yabuki. Linda Chung. Now the Diploma in Education Assistant coordinated. Elizabeth Maria Atherton. Kate Baxter. Bernice Kong. Johnson Wong. Thanks. Keja Addison. Lisa Badgetree. Kevin Donald Barnes. Cody Ryan Bonham. April Bonney. Joanne L. Carroll. Graduation with distinction, Jamie DeChamplain. Graduation with distinction, Michelle DeJose. Graduation with distinction, Baljinder Dillon. Matthew Scott Keith Dolan. Angela Marie Falconer. Andrea Jean Ferguson. Katerina Gaglewski. Graduation with distinction, Teresa Gray. Rebecca McTavish. Rama Manj. Vandana Masi. Chris Alberta McLean. Graduation with distinction. Junji Miyaki. Christina Sorachi. Graduation with distinction, Susan Leslie Van Gans. Daniela Vulama. Diploma in Library and Information Technology, Christy Erin Borthistle. Peter Chambers. Sarah Joyce Connie. Graduation with distinction, Mara Rose Dickey. Laura Margaret Allen. Graduation with distinction, Doris Maria Friedrich Michels. Hebo Howe. Kimberly Elizabeth Hildebrand. Graduation with distinction, Robin Haley Jones. Allison Mira Clean. Namisha Kuber. Graduation with distinction, Susan Jane Miller. Graduation with distinction, Carol and Susan Parker. Graduation with distinction, Caitlin Elizabeth Rasenti. Joy Pamela Richardson. Graduation with distinction, Catherine Rose. Graduation with distinction, Katie Lynn Sloan. Graduation with distinction, Laura Isabel Third. Graduation with distinction, Shannon Elizabeth Vondrasek. Ishneet Bajwa. This is now the Diploma in Nutrition and Food Service Management. Grant Snow. Marjolaine Salmingo. Mary Kathleen Wood. Diploma in Recreation Leadership, Lexine Louise Attrill. Thanks. Simon Chu. Sarah Christine Delavuc. Stephen James Edward. Laura Margaret Grandison. Graduation with distinction, Lisa Marie Kabul. Megan Patricia Kay. Garrett Jackson Ling Lee. Kara Ashley Lloyd. Andrea Elizabeth Ma. William Kelly Mortensen. Tara Nazimi. Rebecca Lynn Stephen. Samuel Verghese. Stephanie Irene Workington. Bachelor of Recreation Management, Alexander Homeniak. Graduation with distinction, Carol Lee Lepine. Zach Lundry. Carly Marie Millman. Matthew Peter Neufeld. Tanya Rankin. Andrew Christopher K.W. Teo. Carrie Nicole Van Eaton. Diploma in Social Service Worker, coordinated, Michael Joseph Bachmeyer. Bronwyn Jane Besso-Smith. Graduation with distinction, Leah Teresa Castillo. Graduation with distinction, Robin Nancy Ann Destin. Graduation with distinction, Jesse Dillon. Graduation with distinction, Sarah Diane Langford. Graduation with distinction, Yvonne Apollonia Paquette. Graduation with distinction, Tara Champagne Turley Dean. Certificate in social service worker. Graduation with distinction, Aaron Julian Gauthier. Chad Dominique Girardin, or Tata Canary. Nathan Daniel Penner. Michael Barry Scow.
That concludes our presentation of graduates, and so, deservedly so, ladies and gentlemen, please join me with your applause and cheers one more time in congratulating our graduates of 2013. Woo! Just before I bring this morning's ceremony to a close, there are a few thanks I'd like to extend as well as make a few announcements. First, I'd wish to extend a sincere thank you to all of our guests who have joined us this morning. This is a very special occasion, and I know most of you are here today because of one particular person, one particular graduate, and you've probably spent considerable time and support of that person throughout their studies. And so their success today is also your success, and so my congratulations to all the friends, parents, and family members who are here with us today. And as well, a big thank you to the college employees, students, and volunteers who have contributed to this memorable day. I would also like to thank our theater arts students, Joy Castro, who sang O Canada earlier today, and to Masai Day, who provided the music prior to the ceremony. And I would like to invite all of our graduates and guests to attend a special reception sponsored by the college and the Langara Students' Union that will be held in the Langara Students' Union building. As you exit the convocation hall, you'll be directed to the reception area, and in addition, there is signage outside of the convocation hall to help direct you. And as a reminder to our graduates, please return your gowns to the gown room immediately following the ceremony. I'm sure you'll want to rip these off right away. I would now ask the audience to remain seated while the graduates proceed from the convocation hall, and once the graduates and platform party have left the hall, guests may leave through the doors at the rear of the hall and meet their graduate at the reception in the Student Union. Congratulations once again, and thank you.